Okay, so in question 2 here, we're looking at reading the Z tables in reverse. So basically, we're given the probability and we're asked to find what Z score corresponds to that. Okay, so just a wee look at your tables. Okay, so what we must realize here is our tables book only works with positive numbers. Okay, so our Z scores have to be positive, which means that it only deals with this half of the tables, this half of your curve. Okay, now, so what does this mean? Well, that means you can look at probabilities here. If you look at them here, that's 0 and there's 0.5. So basically the middle line here is a probability of 0.5, or if you think about that, a better way of thinking about that is that's 50%. So basically this is splitting it in 50%. So we have the bottom 50 and the top 50. So basically then, if you were told you wanted a probability of less than 40%, well, there's your 40% split. 40%, and up here then would be 60%. Okay, now this would be a problem because we're looking at negative Z scores. So what we'd have to do is we'd have to flip this and we look at it from the other point of view of a 60 split down here and a 40 split up here. Now, this will be a mirror image of the last one. So basically, whatever the positive Z score here will be the same for the negative Z score. So a 40-60 split and a 60-40 split will have the same Z score, except for one will be plus and one will be minus. Now, so what we have is we could have a 40-60 split, or we could have a 60-40 split. Now, if I was to look at these, the 40-60 split, because 40% is below 50, that will have a negative Z score. Because this is a 60-40 split here, the 60 is above 50%, so this will have the positive Z score. But both of these Z scores will be exactly equal. Okay, because the probability still adds to 100%. So whether you look at a 40-60 or a 60-40, you're going to get the same answer. Okay, so that's important that we realize whether we're working with a positive Z score or a negative Z score from the offset. So let's go back then and look at our first question. So our first question says that the probability of Z of K is less than 0.81 or 81%. Now this is a nice straightforward one because we're splitting the curve and we're trying to find this value of Z here, okay, and they're giving it the value K. Basically that splits the curve into 81% and 19%. So 19% is the part we don't want. Okay, so if we look here, all we have to do is go to our curve, go to our Z tables and look for 81% in the middle of our tables. And we can see here the closest we get to that is here. And that corresponds to a Z score of 0.88. So basically here we say that this value here of K is equal to 0.88. So K here is equal to 0.88.